Merry Christmas and welcome to Explain the USA. What?
What?
We're at Explain the USA.
No, we're at the Explain the Season.
Well,
How about we do a cross video? Both.
that could work.
Okay?
10, 9, 8. Go for main engine start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0 and liftoff of Space Shuttle Atlantis. We should be dressed.
So by the time this video comes out, it'll probably be close to Christmas, but it doesn't quite feel like it yet to me now, which is why I forgot to wear something Christmassy. But you, Mikhail, you're in the Christmas spirit already.
Already. I think we're gonna be doing some more of the topic Christmas. So this is one of the Christmas topics.
Okay?
And today we do it like in general.
Mhm.
What's the Christmas? What are we going to do on Christmas Day? What's the food and stuff like that.
And in case you never caught our second channel, we do both Explain the USA and Explain the CZ about the
CZ,
Czech
yeah.
Republic. So we thought we would talk about the Christmas traditions in both countries, compare them, and talk about
And
the
see the
differences.
differences.
Yeah, because there are some surprising differences actually. Starting with,
Starting with the typical food.
this is the most important part of Christmas, as an adult at least. If you're a kid, it's presents. But and in my experience, this is the most likely thing to be quite different in different
Yeah,
countries.
I think so.
So in the US, I think most people have seen like American movies about Christmas. The most important thing is that the main dish is going to be either a baked ham or a turkey. I always asked my family to prepare a ham because 1 month earlier we had Thanksgiving,
Right.
and for Thanksgiving in America you have to have a turkey.
So it could be actually like leftovers from the.
There could probably still be leftovers, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of turkey anyway. Once a year is enough for me. So when Christmas was getting close, I said, "Oh, please, let's have a baked ham. It'd be much better."
Okay.
So this was the most important part of the meal. Yeah.
And what's gonna be with the ham?
Lots of things. So
Not,
potatoes
not,
and
yeah.
potatoes
Not
and
only one
yams.
thing is typical.
no,
Like you
no.
can
There's,
have
so there's
any-
lots of typical side dishes. So mashed potatoes, yams. Yams are sweet potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You have to have cranberry sauce. You have to have stuffing, which is like this breaded thing
I
that
know,
you eat. Yeah, it's very heavily seasoned, and you eat it with the turkey or the ham. And the traditional desserts after dinner are to have fruit pies, apple pies, blueberry pies, things like this. And those are the main ones. You should and then often in each state or even in each family, there will be another dish that's like very specific that they think is traditional for everyone. So it's possible that one of those things I listed is actually only traditional for my family, but I think that it's just for all Americans. But usually, even speaking with other Americans from different regions, you find out that, oh, what, you didn't have yams? You have to have yams for Christmas. So there's some variation, but those are the standard things.
Okay. And I have a feeling it might not be like the same meal from the 100 years ago, but we're talking about the tradition we have like nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays.
Yeah.
That could be a different video of like Christmas traditions 100 years ago.
Because
I don't
for
know.
a Czech tradition meal, it's gonna change a bit, but for our Christmas Eve, we would have a fried carp is the traditional one, and the carp actually could be both. You can buy just a piece of the carp, or you can buy a whole carp. You can
Not
take it
only-
home.
Yeah, but let's make it clear. You could take it home, not only like take it home prepared.
You can take it home alive.
Right.
You can put it into your tub filled with water.
Yeah.
You can have it as a pet, but on the Christmas Eve you have to kill it to make a fried carp from it for the
Right.
Christmas Eve. So
I
it's
s-
a little bit cruel, and I think that's why most people nowadays, or not most people, but like a half of the people would go rather for schnitzel. Than
This
for the
is
carp.
the alternative.
Yeah, because it
variations.
looks little bit similar once it's fried,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna go with potato salad.
Right.
It's always potato salad,
Right.
and since Czechs would do it themselves, you can put into potato sauce whatever you like. So it will be a little bit different in each family.
So would you say for a Czech Christmas, is it more important to have the carp or more important to have the potato salad?
I think the most important thing is to have something fried with the
Okay.
potato salad.
Oh, okay.
It could be even different fish because carp is a fish that has a lot of bones. And because
Mhm.
of that,
Mm-hmm.
the emergency on the Christmas Eve in Czech Republic takes the most cases with the bone stuck into your
Throat.
throat from inside.
Merry
on
Christmas!
This way, yeah. So that could be another reason for it.
So safety concerns, changing
Yeah.
the cultural meal for safety.
Yeah.
But I still have to emphasize, like, even after 15 years of knowing about this tradition,
Mm-hmm.
I still find it really funny and interesting. And when I first heard about it,
Mm-hmm.
this was like my only real moment of culture shock in the Czech Republic.
Mhm. Like when you saw the carps, like on the street.
Can I tell the quick story?
Yeah.
Like, so there are Christmas markets all over Prague, and at most of the markets that are for Czechs, maybe not
Mhm.
for tourists, but
Yeah.
there will be a huge, like,
Mhm.
vat, a big pool
Mhm.
filled with carp.
Yeah. So
They're
you can
like
choose your
this
own
big.
carp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the first time I saw this, I didn't know what was happening. I was just walking on the street and
Okay.
I saw everyone like
Okay.
gathering around it. And I thought, oh, what's happening? And I went, oh, lots of fish. That's kind of cool. And I saw a little girl, maybe
Uh-huh.
6 years old, looking at the fish and looking at the fish, and then she said, that one.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, she's choosing her pet fish or something like this. The guy like took the net,
Yeah.
put it on the board, pounded it on the head, put it in a bag, gave it to the
Yeah.
little girl, and the little girl happily went. So for me as an American,
Well,
This
she
was
probably
shocking.
wasn't. She probably wasn't too small because let's make it clear: the carp could be like this long. It could be quite heavy for the small girl, but yeah.
in any case, it was this what seemed like a little girl
Uh-huh.
basically deciding
Yeah.
that one looks delicious.
Mhm.
Please kill it, and
Yeah.
we'll have it for dinner.
So you can actually choose if you want to have it killed, have it sliced,
Mm.
or just have it alive and do it yourself.
And some people, yeah, you keep it. Like, what's the normal number of days to keep the live carp in your bathtub before you kill it for Christmas?
I think it would be just few days.
Okay.
It could be like 2 days,
Mhm.
or you can even buy it on the Christmas day.
Mm-hmm. Do you think this tradition started to keep the fish fresh?
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
I think this part is actually from a long history
Mm.
because we have carps in our lakes for a very long time. So
Mhm.
it was,
Mm-hmm.
it's the only day we would have this meal.
That's true, because it's not
no
it's
other
not
day.
available other days. And
Yeah, it's not available.
like all the carp in the Czech Republic are happily
Mhm.
swimming for a year.
Yeah, and then the fishermen take them and
You know, it's a lot like turkeys in the U.S. Actually, we don't
Yeah.
eat a lot of turkey except during the holidays,
Mhm.
and then like everyone, it's like a turkey massacre.
Mhm.
This is similar.
And what do you have in United States after the Christmas Eve or before? You have some sweets? Because we do.
That's true. There. Talk about your sweets first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For our sweets, it could be actually the white bread, which is Vánočka,
Mm-hmm.
mazanec, or štola.
Mm-hmm.
These three are like very sweet. Looks a little bit like bread,
Mm-hmm.
and you can have it with the butter.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like really tradition for the Christmas, but it's not the only thing. The second thing would be Christmas sweets, and
Mhm.
this one you would make yourself usually, and it would take a lot of time.
Yeah.
So the
Which-
mothers usually do it, not like the
Which
kids.
means things that are very
Kids could
much
help.
like
Yeah.
like cookies, like baking
It's like
Christmas cookies.
baking
yeah.
cookies,
Mhm.
and there's like I don't know, 50 different kinds of them, but like 10 are the most famous ones. But you would make as much as possible, because you would give some to your family or to friends,
Mm-hmm.
and you would actually, it would take a lot of time to bake them.
Mm-hmm. We would have a lot of candy, chocolate,
Like bought candy. You wouldn't
bought
make
candy, not making
Okay.
candy. What we would make, I remember,
Mhm.
is big sugar cookies,
Mhm.
like about this big,
Yeah.
and then we would decorate them with
Mhm.
frosting.
Mhm.
So you might try to draw something there, like a snowman
Mhm.
or a reindeer, or have some colored designs there. But you usually have
So
some
it would
very
be
thick
like
frosting.
big cookies?
Yeah,
or-
it could be like this,
Okay.
like this big,
Because our Czech Christmas, it could be like
Usually
round
it's
cookies too.
bite-sized.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, we would have, and you would
Okay.
usually take it in like
Okay.
5
Everything
or 6
in
bites.
America is always so big.
To be fair, how many of your little cookies would you eat?
Many.
Yeah, so
Probably
we're,
too many.
we're not eating like 20 of these
Yeah, we
like
would.
big.
We would. And on many kinds.
We would, as kids, we would make,
Uh-huh.
this is kind of decoration and food. We would make gingerbread houses.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that in Czech Republic, do you?
We don't do it so often, but we
Okay.
have some, and we have a nice fairy tale about gingerbread house. It's a scary. It's a fairy tale for kids.
Okay. This was very traditional, like for kids to try to make. Often, like in school around Christmas time, they would make.
Mhm.
We would make gingerbread houses, and you try to decorate them and have the prettiest house. And then as Christmas gets closer, like you start eating
Okay.
pieces of the
Okay,
house
right.
slowly. And the last thing about traditional food is in my family, every year we would get an advent calendar.
We would get that
I've
one too.
seen those here. Yeah. So these, if you're not from the U.S. or
Mhm.
Europe, it's like a piece of cardboard that has 24 openings,
Mhm.
and at each opening
Yeah.
you open the little door, and there's a piece of chocolate behind it.
Mhm.
And so for the whole month of December, like every day, we would wake up, go and find the door for that day,
right.
open it, and then have our one piece
Yeah.
of chocolate
I-
leading to Christmas.
I think this tradition is nowadays like everywhere,
Mm.
but we had something a little bit different
Mhm.
before,
Mhm.
and some people still do it. We would just bought like a collection of the chocolate figurines
Mm-hmm.
and put them on the tree
Okay.
if you have a kids,
Mhm.
and each day you can take one and eat it. So they have to.
Mm.
So you would have to search for the biggest one or the heaviest one, and then on the last day there will be only like the leftovers.
Be like harvesting the
So-
Christmas
yeah,
tree.
So actually it would
I
be
like that.
yeah, but actually on the Christmas day it could be the tree could be less interesting because there's not anything
That's true.
anymore.
That's one disadvantage. But I like the idea of having to like search the
Mhm.
tree each day. And like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Okay,
So anything else to say about food?
I think that's it, and I think
Oh, except there's something you do with the
Oh.
carp, the scale.
okay.
Could explain this. And we have something that we do with the turkey bone.
Okay. If you do the carp on your own, we would take off the skin and the
Scales.
scales, and if you take the scale, or you just find it somewhere and put it into your wallet, it should bring you money. It's
Mhm.
for the luck,
Mm-hmm.
for getting money.
And for the turkey bone, if you find the wishbone,
Mhm.
which is curved like this
Mhm.
and then has a point there,
Mhm.
you should take it with one other person, and you
Mhm.
both pull, and whoever gets it will break, and whoever gets the
yeah.
pointed part, that person, their wish will come true.
Oh, yeah. So you should wish before
Yeah,
pulling.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. I haven't done that in a long, long time, but that is
Okay.
one of the traditions. We should move on to
I think this is taking too long, so we have to divide it to more videos. So,
so that was part one.
so that was part one.
Christmas food traditions
We'll
in the
see
U.S.
how
and
many
Czech
parts
Republic.
there's going to be.
Join us for part two, coming up
Okay.
next.
Part 2 coming soon.